I know what it feels like when the floor falls out from under you. I know that feeling in the pit of your stomach when you get the email saying, "We've decided to move in a different direction." Or the silence of a phone that used to buzz every hour, but now just sits there, cold. You're staring at the ceiling tonight, replaying every conversation. You're looking for the moment you messed up. You're wondering if you're actually as talented, as likable, or as called as you thought you were. You see the posts, you see the people you graduated with buying houses, getting promoted, announcing engagements, and here you are, stuck in the same room with the same problems, feeling like a ghost in your own life. You've started to believe that your no is a reflection of your worth. You think God is looking at you and saying, "Not you." But I'm here to tell you that no was the loudest "I love you" God has ever spoken. What you are calling a rejection, God is calling a rescue. Let's be honest. You're tired of being told everything happens for a reason. Because right now, the reason feels like a tragedy. You're mourning the life you had already built in your head. You had the wedding planned. You had the career path mapped out. You had the timeline, and God just erased it. I see the girl who worked 3 jobs to get that degree, only to find herself at a desk she hates, wondering if she wasted her life. I see the man who gave his best years to a company that replaced him in a week. I see the person who fought for their marriage, only to be left anyway, feeling like they weren't enough to make someone stay. You feel like a failure. You feel like a lost sheep that the shepherd forgot to count. But do you know what a rescue looks like? It doesn't always look like a lifeboat. Sometimes, a rescue looks like a wreck. Sometimes God has to wreck your plans before your plans wreck you. Listen to me, we live in a world that tells us that more is better, that fast is better, that now is better. But God is the God of the season. You were praying for that relationship to work, but God saw the way that person spoke about you when you weren't in the room. He saw the way they were slowly draining your light. He saw the version of you that would have been a shell of a person 5 years from now if he let you marry them. You were crying over that job you didn't get. But God saw the toxicity in that office. He saw the way that dream job would have stolen your peace, ruined your health, and kept you from the true purpose He has for you in this 2026 season. He didn't take it away because you weren't good enough for it. He took it away because it wasn't holy enough for you. You are a vessel of the Most High. You cannot carry the glory of God while carrying the baggage of things He never intended for you to hold. He is clearing the table because the feast He is preparing for you wouldn't fit on the one you were sitting at. I speak to the spirit of comparison in your room right now. Stop measuring your behind the scenes against everyone else's highlight reel. You think you're falling behind? You cannot be behind when you are walking with the one who created time. The enemy wants you to focus on the door that slammed shut. He wants you to keep pulling on the handle, screaming, begging for it to open. He wants you so focused on what you lost that you never look up to see what you've gained. You have gained a proximity to God that only comes in the valley. You have gained a strength that wasn't built in the gym, but was forged in the fire of not yet. If He had given you the yes 3 years ago, you would have taken the credit, you would have thought it was your talent, your hustle, your charm. But when He gives you the yes in the middle of this desert, you will know, without a shadow of a doubt, that it was God. He is making sure that when the blessing comes, you have the character to carry it. So, what do you do now? You stop apologizing for the no. You stop explaining your failures to people who weren't there for your prayers. You take off the mask. It is okay to be disappointed. It is okay to cry. Even Jesus wept at the tomb, even though He knew He was about to perform a miracle. Your tears are not a lack of faith. They are a sign of your humanity. But after you cry, I want you to stand up. I want you to look at that closed door and say, "Thank you. Thank you, Lord, for the friends you removed who were talking behind my back. Thank you for the job. You blocked that would have cost me my soul. Thank you for the silence. Because the silence is where I finally learned to hear your heartbeat. You are being recalibrated. The rescue is painful because it requires God to pull you out of the wreckage of your own desires. But look at your hands. They are empty now. And do you know why? Because God is about to put something in them that is so big, so heavy, so beautiful, that you couldn't have carried it while you were still holding on to the old things. Don't let the enemy tell you that you are unseen. The King of the universe is obsessed with you. He has counted every hair on your head. He has bottled every tear you've shed over that rejection. He isn't just watching your life like a movie. He is the author. And a good author doesn't put the climax in the first chapter. You are in the middle. And the middle is where the development happens. The middle is where the hero finds their sword. You are being prepared for an expansion that will make your past rejections look like a small price to pay. Lay down the what-ifs. Lay down the should-haves. The God of the second chance is standing in your room tonight. He isn't asking for your perfection. He's just asking for your trust. Can you trust him with the no? Can you trust him with the not yet? Rest now. The shepherd hasn't lost you. He just moved you to a different field because the one you were in was about to run out of water. You are not rejected. You are rescued. You are redeemed. And you are being prepared.